Hi, welcome to today's video. I've just come back from a little painting trip from the Midlands. I did a workshop in Birmingham at the RBSA and I did a little bit of painting outdoors, and I've just got back to the studio and I thought it'd be quite nice to have a look through some of these sketchbooks and pick some of my favourites and show you how the different media I use for sketching and all of the different types of sketchbooks which I use by different brands and different types of paper, and just explain a little bit about how I did each one as we go. So better get on with it, haven't we? And I've got a pile over there ready to go. So, okay. Right, so this is a little handmade pocket-sized sketchbook which measures 9 centimeters by 13, so that's about 5 inches by 3.5 inches. Brown parcel paper, wrapping paper in there, that's what that's made of, and I made that myself and bound it. So that was quite a nice thing to do. And that was back in 2018, November, December 2018. And that's the little sketch I have chosen from that one. And so that's just like a felt tip pen. And it's Lonely Tree in the Fog and Mist, 4 lanes. That's on by the mast at 4 lanes. This is a Sea White of Brighton sketchbook. So it's a reasonably thick paper and it's got a slight texture to it. Nothing too extreme, but it's really nice size. That's A5 in size. And you've got a nice handy little strap there so that it stops the wind blowing the pages around, so you don't need your bulldog clips. And this is full of mixed media sketches, all sorts of sketches in this one. And this is from 2022, and the sketch I've chosen to look at in this one is this one here, which is done in artgraph blocks, and it's on my local landscape where I go walking with Basil a lot. So that's artgraph landscape at High and Anslow. Done with lots of scratching and scribbling around, and you can mix a lot of water with that. It's quite good fun. They're water soluble. This is a pith. Again, it's a pocket size one, around sort of A5 size. And you just about make out the logo on the back, sort of embossed. And this is, again, it's a really nice paper. I really like this one. It's off-white. And now you can see the colour of that compared to lots of white. Look, this is a white sheet of paper used for printing, and that's the colour of the pith sketchbook. Sort of creamy white. And again, I use this mainly for pencils and watercolours. So this is a lot of watercolour work in here. And artgraph and pencils. And I've chosen to look at this sketch from 29th of June 2023, which I did. I really liked. That one's Stratford-on-Avon, Holy Trinity Churchyard. A watercolour sketch. So that's quite a nice book. It's got about 25 pages in there. This is a Pink Pig, which I like using. I've got several Pink Pig books. And I tend to go for these panoramic size, 30 by 15 centimetres. And the paper's quite thin. Quite lightweight paper there for that one, so you can't put a lot of water on it and dig into it too much because it's quite lightweight, but it's very nice for a sort of colour work with the artgraph and water-soluble pencils. This one I've chosen here, one of my favourites. When I first started using the artgraph, December 2019, and low pool, and that's done in artgraph, just using the black and white and the earth colour set. This is another pink pig sketch in another sketchbook which I quite like. Just thought I'd like to show you. This is a watercolour sketch of the track going to High Nanslow Farm, and I sketched there a lot with Basil. So that's watercolours on this pink pig paper, 24th of March 2022. Okay, this is a cardie. This one is around 25 by 21, 25 by 21 centimetres, but you can open it out and you've got this double page you can use. This is a watercolour sketch I really liked, I wanted to show you. And that is Nanslow, where we walked the dog again. I've done quite a bit of painting down there as well. And that's from 4th of May 2022. And there's a few more in here which you might like to have a quick look at. So I use this quite rough textured paper, this one. For me, I usually prefer smooth, but this is got more texture, so this lends itself very well to watercolour. But in the summer, when it sort of dries a bit quicker. Here's another cardie sketchbook, exactly the same size. You can see that's been well used outdoors and got wet many times. And I want to just show you this. This is an ink sketch from June 2021. And that is like Quink ink. You can just see down there. So that's quite good fun, so it takes the ink really well. Here's another cardie book. This is slightly different. This is quite thin paper, very thin watercolour paper. It's got a fair amount of texture on it, and I use this for all sorts of things. But there's Casein there, but mainly, and that's what's that? Artgraph. There's the artgraph. So I use it for all sorts of things, but mainly liquid charcoal in there and watercolour. The one I picked out is this one using liquid charcoal, which I quite like. That's a bought version by Wallace Seymour, that liquid charcoal, but usually now I make my own. The only problem with this book is it's not got a hard back. It's sort of a bit floppy. You tend to have to use this sitting down, resting it on your knees, and you will need something like a bulldog clip there, stop the pages from blowing open as you're working. It's quite a nice book though. This is a Sea White one, Sea White of Brighton. This is the book hardback, and it's A4 size, and it dates back from 1994, this one, and it's just got ordinary sort of off-white cartridge paper in it, and I use it for all sorts of sketches in there. There's one which I did with a badger when I was doing some badger watching, and that's on greaseproof paper. So I did quite a bit of experimenting on different types of papers then. Same again, marker pen. So they're all quite different in there to what I usually do now. That's in inks, Quink ink or Indian ink. Probably Indian ink by the looks of it. And I've wanted to show you this nice little one from February in 1994, as we're in February now. And this is a little watercolour I did of some bluebell bulbs, which had been dug up by the badgers. This is a W.H. Smith's home brand sketchbook on 135 GSM size paper, and it's sort of A5 pocket size sketchbook. Used that mainly for oil pastels, that one. And I wanted to show you this little one I did back in November 2019. In oil pastels, looking across the bay. Nice little one. Here's another little oil pastel sketch. This is from 2019 as well. Just a view through the landscape there. And this is a book that I cut down, so it's the same size as the previous one. I just chopped it in half and made two small size ones which fit in my pocket really easily. This is a sea white Brighton A4 size sketchbook, 220 GSM weight paper, so it's quite a nice weight to it, quite a good weight. And I generally use this one for Casein paints. In here, this is for Casein usually, and liquid charcoal and artgraph, that type of stuff. That's quite good fun. And I wanted to show you this one, which is from 2021 April, Cambrai. Up here, so this is we're going to make a nice project on this. I think views of Cambrai from different places, and that's Casein. Here's another sea white A4 book, nice hard, stiff hard back on that one, so that's really good for outdoor work. And there again, this is thinner paper though, much thinner than the previous book, and that's Casein sketch in red roof. And this is the same book, or a different book, but the same type. This is this is 2023, using oil sticks, and I quite like it because you can get quite a lot of texture there. Use the oil sticks quite thick and get some good texture, and use these sort of scratching techniques. Now, I used to use quite big books when I went out sketching back in the, when is this, 1992 this is from, and this is an old Daler sketchbook, quite thin paper, 96 GSM, and it's A3 in size, so it's quite a big book. And back then I was using soft pastels and chalks and coloured pencils, and that is 30th of December 1992, mainly using soft pastels and pencils back then. And occasionally I would mix it up with a bit of watercolour, as in this one here. It's the same book, it's different, same type of book, but obviously a different one, and that is soft pastels and watercolour, and that is back from 1993, July 93, that one. Soft pastels and watercolour. And that is Le Conquet in France. So as you can see, I use quite a lot of different media, and if you've watched the channel regularly, you'll notice that when I go sketching, I'm often using different media because it's just it's fun. So that's the fun of it. If you're new to the channel, it's all there on the previous videos for you to find out. So I just show this recent sketchbook I've been using. One of them, one of many, of course. This is an A4 sea white sketchbook, and this has got 140 GSM paper in it. And you may have seen a few of these in some recent videos. And this is sort of, because the weather's been so pretty bad actually. I was going to say something else, but it's been really bad. I tend to be sort of using all sorts of stuff in here. Mainly black and white, but I've started doing some acrylic and artgraph. Here's a recent artgraph sketch which I did of a track when I was out at Sketch Club. It's quite nice, good fun. And I've just got a couple of tubes of acrylic, black and white, and I thought I'd try the acrylics. So that's in acrylic, so that's something different again. Acrylic, and I've used the end of the brush for scratching out, and a bit of pencil for writing. I always write the where we are, the date, and sometimes the time and what the weather's doing. just as a little guide for me. And when I look back in the future, it tells me when and where I was doing it. Well, I hope you enjoyed that look through those sketches as much as I did. I really enjoyed doing them. They're all done outdoors, all plein air work, different media, and it's quite nice to look through it every so often, just to refresh your memory, and it's quite nice to sort of trip down memory lane, if nothing else. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye for now. Smell Basil.